Indonesia is the most beautiful land in the universe. The land where we were born, the nation where we grew up. So many colors that live together in peace. With a million timeless treasures. With an abundance of natural wealth. Indonesia is not just wonderful. Indonesia is a wonderland.
Welcome to all the VIP guests and the speakers of Icteca 2023. We proudly present the Wonderland Indonesia Dance Performance. engineering and computing applications, trend in technology development in the era of Society 5.0 2023, presented by Semarang University. It's a great honor for me to be standing here and welcoming every one of you to this international conference on Wednesday, 20 December 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, in a one-day entire sessions, this meeting will provide you plenty of opportunity to discuss and share knowledge and insights. Before we proceed the program today, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to Excellency Bapak Dr. Supari STMT as Director of Semarang University, Dr. Harsoyo MSc as the Advisor of Diponegoro University Alumni Foundations, Ibu Profesor Dr. Insinyur Kesi Wijanti SAMM as the Chair of Diponegoro University Alumni Foundations, Profesor Sri Budi Wahyuningsih as Vice Rector of Academic Affairs, Dr. Titin Winarti Eskom MM as Vice Rector for Finance and General Affairs, Dr. Muhammad Junaidi SH MH as Vice Rector for Student Affairs, Bapak Dr. Ferry Firman PhD as the Chairman of Icteca 2023, Profesor Dr. Insinyur Teddy Mantoro MSc from Sampurna University Jakarta, Profesor Dr. Insinyur Media Anugrah Ayu MSc from Sampurna University Jakarta, Profesor Dr. Akram MZM Kader from International Islamic University Malaysia, Profesor Jati Utomo Dwi Hatmoko MSc PhD from Diponegoro University Semarang, Profesor Muhammad Ali Berawi MS PhD from University of Indonesia, Prof. Yoshinobu Sato PhD from Nara Institute of Science and Technology Japan, and all the Excellency distinguished guests, delegate, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, to start the conference today, for all the audience in this room, please stand up to sing the Indonesia National Anthem, Indonesia Raya, that will be led by Salsabila Gabriela Rizarini. Thank you very much. All the audience, please have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, the following agenda is praying, which will be led by Bapak Bambang Tetuko. For Bapak Bambang Tetuko, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Marilah kita menundukkan kepala, merendahkan diri ke hadapan Allah Rabbul Izzati, Tuhan seluruh sekalian alam, memohon maha kasih dan sayangnya, memenuhi doa dan harapan-harapan kita. Allahumma Rabbana lakal hamdu, anta qayyimus samawati wal ardi wa man fihin. Wa lakal hamdu laka mulkus samawati wal ardi wa man fihin. Walakal hamdu anta nurus samawati wal ardi wa man fihin. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ya Allah Tuhan sekalian alam, dengan izin-Mu ya Allah, hari ini kami mengadakan USM The First International Conference on Technology, Engineering and Computing Application dengan tema Trends in Technology Development in the Era of Society 5.0, dengan sesungguhnya memanjatkan pujian puji kepadamu ya Allah, bersyukur atas segala nikmat anugerah yang selalu Engkau limpahkan kepada kami semua. Ya Allah, ya Alim, ya Hakim, jadikanlah momentum International Conference ini sebagai majelis ilmu yang Engkau berkahi, yang mencerdaskan, yang mencerahkan, dan Engkau jadikan sebagai pintu dan jalan bagi turunnya rahmat dan karunia-Mu bagi kami semua. Jadikan International Conference ini sebagai ajang pertemuan ilmu-ilmu bermanfaat, sebagai media berbagi gagasan, pengetahuan dan pengalaman. Jadikan International Conference ini bermanfaat bagi kehidupan kami, membawa kami menjadi orang yang sukses dan produktif, yang pada akhirnya kami meningkatkan harkat dan martabat bangsa. Ya Allah, ya Qawiyyu, ya Matin, satukan tekad kami untuk senantiasa berkomitmen meningkatkan kinerja, bekerja dengan penuh amanah, mengembangkan tugas dengan sebaik-baiknya. Bentangkanlah jalan yang lapangan dan penuh keberkahan bagi kami semua, untuk selalu berkontribusi dalam upaya-upaya membangun kehidupan bangsa, menghasilkan karya bermutu dan bermanfaat bagi kemajuan dan kesejahteraan umat manusia. Ya Allah Tuhan yang maha petunjuk, maha pemberi petunjuk, bimbing dan arahkan kami selalu ya Allah pada jalan kebaikan dan ketakwaan, serta luruskan niat kami semua berkarya semata-mata hanya mengharapkan ridho-Mu saja, sehingga semua aktivitas kami di mana saja kami berada dan dalam peran apapun yang Engkau berikan bernilai ibadah. Ya Allah Tuhan yang maha pengampun, ampunilah dosa kami, dosa ibu bapak kami, dosa guru-guru kami, dosa para pemimpin kami, dan dosa para pahlawan bangsa. Dan saat kami kembali padamu ya Allah, wafatkan kami sebagai orang yang berbakti. Tuhan yang maha pemurah, kiranya Engkau berkenan mengabulkan doa dan harapan-harapan kami. Sesungguhnya Engkau maha pengasih lagi maha penyayang. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Bapak Bambang Tetuko. Well, the next agenda is welcoming remark by the General Chair of Icteca 2023, Profesor Dr. Insinyur Teddy Mantoro, MSc. For Professor Teddy, the time is yours.
Respected and honorable guests, Profesor Dr. Insinyur Kesi Wijayanti SA MM, Chair of Yayasan Alumni Universitas Diponegoro, and Dr. Supari STMT, Rektor Semarang University, and Profesor Dr. Insinyur Sri Budi Wahyu Ningsih MP, Vice Rector for Academic, University Semarang, Dr. Titin Winarti Eskom MM, Vice Rector Finance of University Semarang, all the Dean, the Professors, esteemed participants, presenter, and distinguished guests. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu and Namo Buddhaya, and a very good morning to everyone. I am delighted to extend a warm welcome to each of you at the first International Conference on Technology, Engineering, and Computing Application. We call it Icteca 2023. It is an honor to have your presence at this significant event. The Icteca conference serves as pivotal platform for fostering collaboration, exchanging ideas, and addressing global challenge. Throughout the conference, we anticipate engaging in the meaningful discussion, sharing innovative research, and building connection. They will be shape the future of our respective field. Icteca is the annual event, and this year we are blessed to have competent and dedicated organizers who are hosted by Semarang University and supported by IEEE Computational Intelligence Society Indonesia chapter. Icteca has been registered under the IEEE conference number 60133. What does it mean? Our paper will be, inshallah, will be published in IEEE Explore, and then very soon they will be indexing under the Scopus. We express our gratitude to the commitment and contribution to the success of this event. Honorable guests and Icteca participants, the primary objective of the Icteca 2023 is to bring together the leading academic scientists, researchers, and scholars to share their experience and research finding across various domains, including informatics, engineering, information science, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and civil engineering. This year, we received a total of 111 paper submissions, of which 64 have been accepted. Only 64 papers that we accepted. So the success rate only 58%, by the way. And this is the requirement from the IEEE. That usually we accept only around 50%. If we see the submission, we can identify also we have the author and the reviewer. They came from 11 countries, including China, India, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, Morocco, New Zealand, Pakistan, Philippines, and United Arab Emirates. So our paper will be composed from that 11 countries. The quality of the accepted paper is noteworthy, as each of them undergone rigorous evaluation by qualified and experienced academic and researcher, within the relevant discipline, of course. With the theme of trend in technology development in the era of Society 5.0, we anticipate the participants will engage in the intellectual stimulating discussion and propel their research endeavor forward. Honorable guests and Icteca participants, today conference we going to have two sessions. Inside of 2 sessions, we're going to have also 6 tracks. Each track, they will be accommodated between 5 until 6 papers. Every single of you will have, for the presenter, you will have only 20 minutes to do the presentation. The presentation usually between 10 until say 15 minutes, and another 5 until 10 minutes you're going to have the question and answer. In the case you are not be able to present it, your paper physically offline, then IEEE allow you to publish it online. I mean by prepare the presentation in using the video. The video I believe already in the committee. The time between 10 until 12 minutes, and then there will be the question and answer. The committee will be take note for you, and then you need to answer it in the online mode. In this conference, a quite interesting conference. Why? Because we are going to use the live streaming approach. So every single activity in this conference, they will be streaming to the YouTube and some other channels. And for the participant in the second day, which is tomorrow, there will be a social network tour, but you need to register in the back there, especially for the participant who came from other city or even from the overseas. And honorable guests and ICT participant, we are really lucky. Today we have 2 keynote speakers. The first one will be Professor Dr. Akram MZM Khader from the International Islamic University Malaysia. He is my close friend also, by the way. And then the second one is Professor Yoshinobu Sato, PhD, from Nara Institute of Science and Technology from Japan. Prof. Sato will deliver his speech, very brief, very unfortunate, in online mode. And then the second one, we have 2 invited speakers. The first one is Prof. Jati Utomo Dwi Hatmoko, STMM MSc PhD from Diponegoro University. He already arrived here. And then the second one, Professor Muhammad Ali Berawi, MN SC and PhD from University of Indonesia, because he have some assignment from the presidents, then he will be delivered in online mode. So everyone, in conclusion, I express my sincerely appreciation to all participants and the Icteca 2023 committee, especially for their support of this conference. Your valuable contribution will be undoubtedly enrich the discussion and broaden our collective horizon. So with that, I would like to thank you everyone and enjoy the conference. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Professor Insinyur Teddy Mantoro, MSc. And next agenda is welcoming remark from the Rector of Semarang University, Dr. Suptari, SDMT. For Mr. Rector, the time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, praise God Almighty for gathering us at Semarang University in a good health and condition. Dear Honorable Diponegoro University Alumni Foundation leaders, colleges, professors, lecturers, researchers, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Semarang University, we would like to express sincere gratitude and welcome to the first International Conference on Technology, Engineering, and Computing Application 2023 with the topic Trends in Technology Development in the Era of Society 5.0. Moreover, we honorably welcome our keynote speakers, Professor Dr. Akram MZM Kader from International Islamic University Malaysia. Thank you for your coming to our campus, Professor. And then Professor Yoshinobu Sato, PhD from Nara Institute of Science and Technology, Japan, who are taking part in this conference online. Professor Jati Utomo Dwi Hatmoko, ST MMMSc, PhD from Diponegoro University, Indonesia. Thank you for coming with us, Professor Jati. And then Professor Mohammed Ali Berawi, MN SC, PhD from University of Indonesia, Indonesia, who are following online as well. And distinguished Professor Dr. Insinyur Teddy Mantoro, MSc, as Icteca General Chair. Thank you. The first International Conference on Technology, Engineering and Computing Application 2023 is one of the effort to support academics, researchers, and professionals collaborating in knowledge dissemination, as our effort will benefit technological development to create a sustainable future. People today face various challenges, the most crucial of which is using advanced technology that should be saved for humanity. The Society 5.0 concept, introduced by the Japanese government in this decade, enables us to use science-based modern technology for our convenience. In this era, all technology is part of humans, which means technology, including the internet, is utilized not only as a tool, but also as a part of human living and cannot be separated. Cultivating the development of technology in every aspect to address societal needs that lead to social well-being in economics and mental health is very essential. The goal can be achieved if we know several keys, such as collaborative ecosystems, ethical considerations, educational and skill development, policy and regulatory frameworks, and inclusive and sustainable innovation. Thus, we realize the urgency of interdisciplinary linkages to create technology effectively and efficiently to achieve the goal of society's well-being and international recognition in research. Lastly, our deepest gratitude goes to the Honorable Diponegoro University Alumni Foundation leaders, Organizing Committee, International Scientific Committee, institutions, companies, and volunteers who have directly and indirectly supported the first international conference's success. All the distinguished guests and participants, thank you for your presence. We wish for a productive conference with exciting and encouraging discussions and knowledge exchange. May God bless us all with good health to make this event successful and enjoyable. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, Bapak Suari, thank you very much. Please stay on the stage, sir. Okay, please stay because after this we will do official opening of the first Icteca souvenir and conversations. Well, thank you very much to stay. Well, the next agenda is souvenir time. The first souvenir will be given by Mr. Rector, Bapak Dr. Supari, to Professor Akram. Yeah, okay, Professor Akram, thank you very much. Okay, the second souvenir will be given by Mr. Rector to Professor Jati. Please come forward. Okay, thank you, Professor Jati. Please stay on the stage, Professor. Professor Jati, please stay on the stage. And then the third souvenir will be given by Professor Casey, and it will be given to Professor Teddy Mantoro. And give the souvenir to Professor Media. Okay, for Professor Akram, please come forward, yeah, to take a picture together. Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you very much. And please stay on the stage. I call all the Vice Rector 2, 1 and 3, Ibu Profesor Budi, Ibu Dr. Titin, and Bapak Junaidi to come forward on the stage. I also call the Secretary, Bapak Abdul Karim, and Bapak Ferry as the chair of this event on the stage to do the official opening. Oh, Prof. Hardani, please come forward to take the photo sessions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now the official opening of the first Icteca 2023 by Semarang University Rector Dr. Supari STMT and Professor Teddy Mantoro MSc as the General Chair of Icteca 2023. Please put your hand on the screen and let's count down. Yeah, just put on the screen one hand, sir. Yeah, okay, just count 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, give applause for the official opening, the first Icteca 2023. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now the time for photo session. For all the participants in this room, you can take a picture with the speaker and with the IP guest from Semarang University. Please come forward for all the participants. Baik, Bapak Ibu, tamu, para peserta, kita bisa berfoto bersama dengan para speaker dan juga jajaran Universitas Semarang. Silakan Ibu Dian, Ibu Tuti. Silakan Ibu Dian, Ibu Tuti, monggo. Ya, silakan diatur untuk photo sessions. Dr. Yuli, silakan. Mas Yuli, tuh. Ya, baik Bapak Ibu, mungkin untuk sejenak bisa membuka maskernya agar terlihat fotonya. Freestyle, USM Jaya. Oke, USM Jaya. USM Jaya. Once again, okay, USM Jaya. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. And please have a seat and go back to your positions. Ladies and gentlemen, here we come to the main session of this international conference. I would like to read the CV of the first moderator. Her name is Dinar Mutiara Kusuma Nugraheni, PhD from Diponegoro University. She is a Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science at Flinders University, Adelaide, Australia. Focus on profiling users of technology use to deliver disaster warning message. She got her master in computing and information technology in Flinders, Australia, and got her bachelor degree in electronic engineering at Diponegoro University. Her career summary is as follows. The lecturer in the informatics department at Diponegoro University. Manager of the International Office I.O. Faculty of Science and Mathematics Diponegoro University. Quality Assurance Team for Magister Information Systems Study Program at Diponegoro University. Quality Assurance Teams for Faculty of Science and Mathematics Diponegoro University. She got 2 special scholarships in 2005 and 2014. She's also the APS awardee, the Australian Partnership Scholarship Program in a scholarship for Indonesia young professionals to pursue their postgraduate level in Australia, which is funded by the Australian government's Overseas Aid Program 2005. The second scholarship is the Australian Award Scholarship, AAS. Program is scholarship for Indonesian young professionals to pursue their postgraduate level in Australia, which is funded by the Australian government's Overseas Aid Program 2014. So please welcome our moderator today, Ms. Dinar Mutiara Kusuma Nugraheni, PhD. Therefore, Ms. Dinar, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you for your introduction. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dinar. As you see, I already introduced by the MC. Thank you for inviting me in this nice, the first conference of international. Today we going to go to the first keynote speaker, Dr. Akram Muhammad Seki. Before I want to introduce, he is a professor at Faculty of Information and Communication Technology at International Islamic University Malaysia, and he is a coordinator for postgraduate study at Faculty of Information and Communication Technology. Then he also a head of research and held position as Deputy Director of Centris. So I welcome to the stage Professor Dr. Akram M. Seki.
Thank you very much. Prof. Dr. Kisi Wajjati, the chair of Yayasan Alumni Universities, Dr. Supari, STMT, rector of Semarang University, Prof. Dr. Siri Budi, the Vice Rector for Academic, USM, Dr. Titin, the Vice Rector for Finance, USM, Prof. Dr. Teddy, the Chairman for ICTE CA, IEEE 2023, keynote speakers, researchers, professors, academicians, participants of this conference. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and very good morning. So thank you very much for inviting me to this very valuable conference and in this very respected university. I heard about this university before, but this is my first visit, and I am very honored and very happy to be here to know more about USM and to meet the top management of this respected university, and hope this is the first but not the last. Okay, so our topic of today about exploring ethical dimensions of artificial intelligence. Actually, this morning we had some discussion just an hour before about artificial intelligence and the challenges faced by students relying on ChatGPT, asking ChatGPT to do the assignment and writing the code, and many other challenges. So that's why I chose this topic, to explore more about artificial intelligence and the challenges and issues faced by people, especially students in the universities. I think I can use this one. Okay. So I want to start the introduction about the Industrial Revolution. A few years back, the big announcement about Fourth Industrial Revolution, that we are living in the Fourth Industrial Revolution, considering the first Industrial Revolution was in 18th centuries with basic technology of steam technology, followed by second revolution in early 20th century with mass electrical and electronic technology and devices like TVs, like cars, followed by more advanced technology in the third revolution with computer-based, digital-based, internet-based, and knowledge-based. Now we are living in the fourth industrial revolution with artificial intelligence, with IoT, with big data, and more technologies as we are going to explore. And soon we are going to face the fifth industrial revolution. Okay, so the fourth industrial revolution, the revolution recently, the main issue in this revolution, the main component is artificial intelligence and IoT and IoE, Internet of Things and Internet of Everything. So soon we are going to explore more advanced technology. Everything will be connected to the internet, all devices, my glasses, this mic, the speaker, the key. So if you lost your key, you can search in Google. Where is my key? You can search in Google, where is my key? Because we'll be connected to the internet. Besides many other things, like blockchain, like quantum computing, augmented reality, virtual reality, and many other things, 6Gs and other things. This is the development of artificial intelligence. What is the artificial intelligence? Actually, artificial intelligence is not new. Was developed quite some time ago. And you know, artificial intelligence, the concept is to make computer think like a human being. So we try to make this computer, can the computer think like us? This is basically the very summarizing the artificial intelligence. So it's a branch of computer science. This is the history, some history. I remember some of the key points of this history. And now we are facing the ChatGPT and other things. Comparison between usual programming and artificial intelligence. You know, in normal programming, we give instruction to computer. We give an instruction what to do. In artificial intelligence, we don't give instruction. We don't give model. We don't give algorithm. But we give initial data and expected result. And let the computer think, what is the model? What is the algorithm? So we just give a result. This is a result. Let the computer try to understand and make use of it. Why? Because a human being think in this way. The children think by mistake. They fell down, so they learn. So we don't give instruction. They don't come with instruction in their mind what to do. But they learn slowly in their life. So this is basically how artificial intelligence think. But the question is, can artificial intelligence reach the level of wisdom? Definitely for the level of data and information and knowledge, fine. Artificial intelligence can deal with reconstruction of data, analysis of data, organization of data, retrieving, searching, classifying, clustering, fine. But to the level of wisdom, to find what is the idea behind it, what is the hikmah, what is the wisdom, can artificial intelligence reach to this level? Internet of Things, which is the other branch of Industrial Revolution. Nowadays, do you know that we have more than 50 billion devices connected to Internet, including the mobile, computer, servers, CCTV, and many other things connected to the Internet. 50 billions, and expected more and more soon. This is also some key history point in IoT. I think we remember some of these key points, like, for example, the launch of iPhone. We remember the iPhone, the smartphone. When smartphone is a part of the IoT, is a device connected to the internet. But more actually, the camera, the door, the window, the fan, everything will be connected. So it will be easier for us to analyze, to know the details, to control from remotely, and so on. So the technology that we are living with, last time, the technology was the way to communicate between people. I want to communicate with my colleagues, so I use the phone. The phone is a device to communicate between people. After that, the device is used to communicate between people and machine. Like this one, I use it to control the PowerPoint. I use the device to run the fan, to run the car. So the device is a way to communicate between people and machine. And then machine to machine, like the sensor, like the door, the open, the automation in general. So without any controlling by the human being, they will run based on some instruction, like the sensor, like RFID. So the human being became a part of the whole process. Is one element. The people now is one element, no more controlling. So with this technology that we are living with, the human being is just an element. So who control the others? Does technology control us, or we control the technology? So this is the second. I am raising some open questions. So this first question was, can AI reach to the level of wisdom? The second question is, who control the others? Wearable clothes. Expected 2 years from now, 10% of our clothes will be connected to internet. 10%. Now we can see that some smartwatch, smart glasses, this is example of wearable clothes. But later on we will find even the jacket, the shoes will be connected to the internet as well. So just 2 years from now, 10% of our clothes will be connected to internet. So how to distinguish between a human and things? Please remind me about the time. Okay, these are the top 50 websites. I think you are familiar with many of them. Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Wikipedia, Instagram, and so on. Maybe you realize that almost all of them provide services. They don't provide goods. They don't have a product, such a product. They provide different services. These are the top websites. So those websites, the top brands, the value of the brand, some of them 100 billion, 200 billion US dollar. So where are we? These are, you can see the Apple, 355 billion, the brand value. Amazon, 350 billions. Google, Microsoft, and so on. As you can see, all of them are technology-based companies. So are we consumer or producer? Where are we in this digital era? how to be content providers, because you know most of our students are consumer. They watch TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and so on. But they are not the one who produce the content. So this is another dilemma, that we are consumer in this digital era. So we want to be a producer. We want to be a content provider. We want to provide content, knowledge-based content, books, articles, papers, and so on. So we don't want to be just observer. These are some services of Google. I counted by myself more than 271 different services by Google. You remember, Google started with one service, which is the search engine, and then more services like Google Calendar, Google Map, Google Meet, Google Classroom, and more. Google Drive, Gmail, and more details, some of the services are for specialized, for programmers, and so on. More than 271. So later on, if you change your home address, you don't need to go to the bank and university and the school to change the address. Just go to your account, Google account. Change your address in Google account, that's it. Because you can see it's becoming bigger and bigger. So where is our identity in this digital era? So now the gap, you can see the gap between developed and developing countries are increasing. Do you know in this fourth industrial revolution, we mentioned that the second industrial revolution is electronic mass communication, like electricity, like the power. Do you know that some countries, some African countries, are still challenging to access to the second revolution? We are now in the fourth and welcoming the fifth industrial revolution, but some countries are still facing a problem to access to the second revolution. They still don't have electricity and power and internet. They don't have e-learning, technology, and so on. So do you think the gap between developed and developing countries will increase or decrease with this dilemma? We can see that the big companies becoming bigger and bigger, and we can see that some countries are still unable to access to the technology. So how to minimize the gap? This is the industrial revolution and welcoming the fifth industrial revolution, and the title of this conference also Society 5.0. So we're welcoming soon the fifth industrial revolution. But I want to raise another question here. You remember this one was lunch, and you can search in the internet, you will find a lot of information about fourth industrial revolution. And all of them claiming that the first revolution was in the 18th centuries. But this map miss the contribution of Muslims in the golden era. A lot of contribution actually was done by Muslim scholars. Example, in the field of technology, I am not talking in the field of chemistry and the field of medicine and bio, but in the field of technology, a lot of contribution was done by Muslim scholars. So, for example, Al-Khwarizmi in the Algebra, for example, in the field of cryptography, in the field of math, in the automation, in the logics and math and modeling. These are some examples of some of the Muslim scholars, because I did research. I have one of my previous research. I did some research about Muslim scholars in the field of ICT. So definitely other fields like chemistry and bio, a lot. but in the ICT we can see that GPS system also was introduced. The math, cryptography, and other field, also engineering, automation, modeling, was contributed a lot by Muslim scholars in the golden era. So this is another thing that missing in this fourth industrial revolution map. Besides that, it's not only the contribution of Muslim scholars, but the society at that time, the environment was motivating the research and innovation. The society at that time. And the idea, the motivation was for sharing knowledge, for helping the society, for sharing knowledge to the next generation. So this is the idea. Imagine if the zero, because zero also was contributed at that time in the golden era. Imagine if the zero was copyrighted and no one can use zero. So imagine that nobody can use zero because it was copyrighted by somebody. So you can see that the idea of the contribution at that time is just to share with others. Okay, so what about now? Definitely there are a lot of advantages with the technology. I am very positive, definitely a lot of, imagine now, just 2-3 years back, we faced the pandemic, COVID pandemic. Imagine if the COVID pandemic was 20-30 years ago. No e-learning, no delivery system. So we are very lucky that the COVID came in the time that we have at least. Okay, thank you. We have a lot of technology. So I am very positive that a lot of advantages in this digital revolution. But at the same time, we need to highlight in order to overcome some of the issues and challenges, like more unemployment, poor working condition, low wages, child labor, pollutions, harsh use of natural resources, wider gap between developed and developing countries, and further ethical problems like cultural issue, globalization issue, computer and technology abuse, a lot of cyber crime nowadays, information security issues, confidentiality, integrity, availability, privacy, authentication, intellectual property, the copyright issue, plagiarism issue, all these are increasing with the digital revolution. So that's why ethics in artificial intelligence is very important. So I don't want to go in details about the ethics in distance learning, in e-contracts, in e-commerce, in e-laboratory, in software industry. So we need to address the ethics not only for the producer, programmers, designer, but also for the normal user, because the majority of us are a user for the technology. So we need to have the address to address the code of ethics. In the last few decades, there are some code of conduct were released by, for example, IEEE, by ACM, by AITP. They have a code of conduct in the field of technology and engineering. Of course, this is very good. We need to have a code of conduct, code of ethics. In the other field, we have long time ago. For example, I show you example of this Abu Bakr al-Razi. He has a book about ethics of doctors. This one was more than 1,000 years ago. But in the field of technology, just recently we are having this code of conduct. So we need to have a code of ethics, code of conduct in the field of artificial intelligence. So some of the ethical challenges of artificial intelligence: bias and fairness. Of course, if the data is biased, definitely the result will be biased, because the artificial intelligence will analyze the data. The privacy issue, transparency issue, accountability issue, responsibility, job displacement, security, ethical use in warfare. This is an example. This car self-driving cars. Now the car need to decide whether to hit those people crossing the road or what to do, because those people may be accessing not in the right time. So now the decision will be made by artificial intelligence. So without having those, what we are talking about, ethical conduct, code of conduct, code of ethics, so how far robotic engineering should go? Can we teach robots ethics? How can ethics be inherited in the programming of the future robots? Which ethics? Ethics of manufacturer or programmer or user? I am finishing. So who is shaping the artificial intelligence? Big companies working for profitability, for generating more income. So we need to, most of the research nowadays driven by military. So what's the solution? The solution is to investment in a humanizing technology. Need to promote more ethics in ICT. So this is basically what I want to conclude with. Of course, a lot of example I can raise, but basically talking about promoting the code of conduct and humanizing the artificial intelligence. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for taking more time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Professor Dr. Akram. I hope you still in here because we have a second invited speaker. So sorry for cutting you, but I think the audience have many questions, so wait for the question. Okay, I will welcome, because this is the second invited speaker, Professor Muhammad Ali Birawi. It will be online. It is connected with the Zoom. Before the Professor Muhammad Ali Birawi join us, I would like to read the curriculum vitae. Professor Muhammad Ali Birawi currently serves as Deputy for Green and Digital Transformation of the Nusantara Capital Authority of Indonesia. And then he is a professor at Faculty of Engineering Universitas of Indonesia, and then visiting scholar and visiting professor. Right now, he is the chairman of Indonesian Lecture Association and director of ASEAN University Network for Sustainable City and Urban Development. Okay, I hope the Professor Muhammad Ali Birawi already joined us. Okay, good morning. Can you hear our voice in here?
Yes, I could hear the voice, definitely.
Okay, thank you. So right now the time and screen is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning, everyone. Today, I'm speaking directly from the new capital city of Nusantara, in which today and tomorrow, Bapak Presiden will do groundbreaking for the third times, with investment about for today's and tomorrow groundbreaking reach up to $1 billion US. During my tight schedule, Alhamdulillah, I can spare time to fulfill my promise to my colleague, my old friend, Dr. Ferry Firmawan, to deliver some insight on a new capital city of Nusantara. So within this 20-30 minutes, I'm talking through on the new capital city of Nusantara. The Nusantara, size-wise, is about 324,000 hectares, including the water area. For the land side, is about 256,000. If I compare to Jakarta, it's about 4 times larger than Jakarta. This is the new capital city of Nusantara. From those 256,000 hectares, there are 9 economic generators, or 9 areas will be developed, as you can see, from a core government area, innovation and research area, towards industry and agriculture, smart farming industry and etc. So we have 9 economic generators within 256,000 hectares. There are 5 principles in developing the capital city. First, the new capital city, or later I mention as ICN. ICN will be a green, resilient, and sustainable city. ICN will be an inclusive city as well as a smart city. Based on this principle, it will affect the way we plan, construct, and even further manage the capital city. So what's the consequences? Let's talk about the green, resilient, and sustainable. As a consequences, 65% from 256,000 land I mentioned earlier will be dedicated as tropical forest area. Another 10% will be dedicated as a green area, including city parks, smart farming, and etc. So in total, it's about 75% the area will be used as a green area. Only 25% from area will be developed as urban built environment. So let's put the context. If this 75% we treat as a carbon sink, and while within the 25%, we control the project development in order to reduce the carbon emission, means that we can achieve the carbon neutral city by 2045 or even further. As a global campaign, we support 3 major international agendas, including first on climate change. Nusantara produced the report on LDC, locally determined contribution. It was presented by the chairman of Nusantara IKN, Professor Bambang Susantono, last time in COP28. How the IKN will be a first city that align with the global agenda towards the carbon neutral city. In national context, we have the NDC, National Determined Contribution. For the biodiversity, Nusantara will produce Nusantara Nature Positive Plan to ensure biodiversity, wildlife habitats, existence, and security. On the agenda of Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, the IKN have its own, what we call it as a voluntary local review, VLR, to track those SDGs targets and goals and to accelerate the target to be achieved based on the UN agenda in 2030. So those principles for ICANN as a green, resilient, and sustainable. Now I'm moving to ICANN as a smart city. So you need to keep in your mind that Nusantara, the new capital city is not only delivering the hardware. For sure, it is important. We will build bridges, roads, buildings as a very important component in the city. But on the other hand, we have also to deliver the software side. The hardware side needs to be prepared, the software side in which we will use and utilize the technology, including the digital technology, in order to connect the dot, to connect those hardware, to connect between the roads and the vehicles, to connect the smart buildings with the smart energy, renewable sources and extra. Why? In order to use the resources efficiently, in order to increase the quality of life of each citizen. So the technology plays the significant role. So we need to deliver hardware, software, and last but not least, the brainware. How IKN will be used as a medium to increase the capacity of Indonesian human resources as well as the business entity. So these three major components that will be built during the IKN city development. For the smart city, from the passive infrastructure, if you have opportunity to come to the Nusantara, you will see now on how the multi-utility tunnel has been constructed along the roads. All utilities will be underground in one tunnel in which we call it MUT, multi-utility tunnel. So starting from the fiber optics, electric cables, water pipings, and extra will be used multi-utility tunnel. It's easy to operate, it's easy to maintain. We have this active infrastructure on the fiber optic, the BTS, and also we'll have it next year on common center and data center. And last but not least, in the service application, we will provide 6 domains, 21 subdomains, and 67 public service features. It's including from a smart governance toward the smart built environment and infrastructure. For the smart governance, from digital identification towards the smart administration and smart permit. For the smart transportation, we will utilize the intelligent transportation system from electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles, towards the urban air mobility. This is the, on my background is the Hyundai urban air mobility with the 5 passenger capacity that can be used to transfer from point A to point B with the speed average on 200 kilometers per hour within the range of up to 100 kilometers. And also we'll use intelligent transportation system in our share. For the smart logistics, from smart delivery to smart warehouse, smart living, from a pollution control system, public space and crowd management, health and welfare, and also disaster response management with panic button and extra. For the natural resources and energy, including the smart water management, smart wastewater management, smart energy management, smart metering, smart metering, smart grid. Towards we have the target on building renewable energy and needs to be achieved 100% of renewable energy utilization by 2045. Now we have we are doing a project on building 50 megawatt of solar farm in Icteca. This is a big scenario towards 100% of renewable energy in 2045. For smart forest and green management, span from the carbon stock emission monitoring to smart farming and smart industry and human resources. From local UMKM, small medium enterprise platform digitalization, digital social platform and citizen service collaboration, and for smart built environment and infrastructure for those who are studying in civil engineering, in architecture, the use of digital twin, the use of IoT towards on how then we have a smart building and building automation system. As a result, we produce smart industry roadmap, including high-tech industry related to electric vehicles, drones related to renewable energy, solar modules, semiconductors, and extra. And also, 65% are tropical forests on now on how we build industry on pharmacy based on a herbal. We also produce a smart city document including Nusantara Smart Building Guidelines atau Panduan Bangunan Cerdas, the first best smart building guidelines, not only in Indonesia, but also in the world. We produce the blueprint of a smart cities. And also, if you want to check all the progress, you can access the monitoring Nusantara, the Montara, within the ICN website. We have Nusantara Techno House, in which now I deliver my keynote speech from. We have a span from urban air mobility, smart energy, education technology, smart buildings, and extra in this house. This will be an education platform for public that soon ITF will be used those technologies. We building not only the current, the needs of the city, but also we build the future city. For the community development, we upgrade a village to be a smart digital village. You can access the social media, access. Okay, you can access the social media, YouTube, and extra. Smart city in which we upgrade, given them with equipped with computers and extra. And then we have a program on coding map. Housewife has been trained to build a website, to build a logos for their UMKM business to go digital. We also give a training for solar mama using a renewable energy to turn on the light and then extra. So this part of empowering the local. Why? Because there will be the new capital city citizen. They are an actor of the development. For the investment, last month, the data show about more than 300 letter of interest from around 21 countries, from Indonesia, United States, Europe, and then China, South Korea, Singapore, and extra. And this is on the investment opportunity. This is the project progress by last month on the infrastructure development of Presidential Palace, national access, the construction workers' housing. Now they are not living in bedeng-bedeng, they are living in proper housing, increasing the productivity. If you see on the left side is the plan, on the right side is the real progress. On the Presidential Palace, the coordinating ministry office, the toll road, landed house, Spakus Moy Dam, 10 million cubic waters. with 2,500 liters per second as an output. With that, I conclude my presentation. I do hope you get some insight on new capital city, and this will be a city that indicates Indonesia as a developed country in 2045. With that, I thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to the moderator.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Muhammad Ali Birawi. That's very interesting share of your work in Nusantara City. Okay, now we going to the session, a question from the audience. If there is any question from the audience for Professor Akram or for Professor Muhammad Ali Birawi. Okay, there is one question from the audience. Please mention your name and the question for the which presenter. Okay.
Okay, thank you. This is not only the question but statement. I agree. Your statement, Mr. Professor Akram, especially about the gaps, how to minimize gap. In my opinions, field will come to industrial revolution 4.0. But we have problem. And your statement about if we use the program manual comparison with the artificial intelligence, this is have impacts on the humanity. And Indonesia is a developing country. I think, in my opinion, we will increase the technology. We agree, we have a problem with humanity. And my question, first question, all in the presenter maybe will improve how to write the article with the artificial intelligence. Like we use artificial intelligence to the article for publication. How? And your university about the student use the artificial intelligence to improve the writings to article. And second question, how are the solutions to minimize this gap in your country? And then for Mr. Ali, Professor Ali Birawi, are you here? Are you here? Okay. I'm interested about the Nusantara City. And I'm welcome about the smart city, if the how to use application smart city. The topic about the resource management. I imagine the Nusantara IGN 20 years ago look the green and how to minimize the impact of the technology smart city to environments, good environments, to improve productive life the future. Okay, thank you very much. I'm Cassie Wijayanti from the chief of founders of the University of the Diponegoro at the established the Semarang University. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Maybe Professor Akram will answer the question first.
Thank you very much for raising this question, very important question. Actually, if we stay as an observer, definitely the gap will increase. The gap between developing and developed countries will increase if we stay as an observer, because as I show you example of how big company is becoming bigger and bigger. So soon we will see many virtual schools, virtual universities. So our student will study from home by using virtual reality and augmented reality. They will see a student next to the right and to the left from Japan, from Italy, and the teacher maybe in front of them, maybe from Korea. Very high quality education, very cheap, means many of our local schools and local universities will close down. That's why we need to be aware about the future. So if we stay as an observer, this is the future. But we need to learn what's going on. We need to know how to make use of this technology. After that, we can develop a lot of opportunities, a lot of new job opportunities. Yes, a lot of replacement machine are replacing a human being, but at the same time, new jobs are coming. So we need to make use, and making use is not a difficult. It's not a difficult like before. I always inform my student that to compete with company like BMW is not that easy. But with Facebook, it's very easy because the system is very simple system. So nowadays, the artificial intelligence, to lead in artificial intelligence is not expensive and not difficult. The system are only you need a new idea, a new algorithm, a new model, you can have something new. Now this ChatGPT, with a small change, with some adjustment, you can come out with a new system, even more accurate. Now if you ask ChatGPT to read, for example, verse of the Quran, you will see that the system generate verses wrongly. So a lot of information in the ChatGPT are not accurate. So we need to have accurate system and then we can lead. Writing papers, writing books, of course, to help our student, to help our author to write, not really writing. We don't want to write a full paper and full books with ChatGPT, but we want ChatGPT to be a supporter to us, to give us some ideas, to give us some solution, but still the human being need to filter this information, analyze, and rewrite. So a lot of opportunity. I'm very positive. A lot of good impacts is coming, so we need to know how to utilize. The process is, number one is to know what's going on, to make use of them, and then after that we can develop. We cannot jump. If we don't know, if we cannot use, so we cannot just develop a new thing. So we need to know what's going on and make use of it. After that we can develop something new. Thank you very much.
There is the second question from the audience. So is how you can minimize the gap, for example, in your country. Can you give us explanation?
Saya bisa jawab dulu, Bu, ya.
Yes, minimizing the gap. If we stay observer, definitely the gap will increase. So how to minimize the gap? It's not that difficult like before. Minimizing the gap, we need to know what's going on, how to make use of them, how to utilize, and then we can develop something new. So hopefully the gap slowly will decrease. So this is basically, I am sure that the future give us a lot of opportunities, but if we are stay observer, so it's a problem. That's why I give example about education, about schools, virtual universities. This is if we don't do anything, this is the future. But we need to somehow make use of the technology and try to develop. And we are the one who should lead and develop this virtual classroom, virtual university. So slowly the gap will be decreased.
So we cannot avoid the advance with the technology, but we need to collaborate with it.
Agree, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
and we need to live with technology,
Exactly.
everything. Okay, I hope that's answering your question, Miss. Okay, are we connected with Professor Muhammad Ali Birawi? Okay.
Need to catch up with the president agenda. So first, let me explain all the 9 economic generators area. For example, today we are building on the new capital, the core government area. It is used the industrial forest. What is means by industrial forest? Hutan based on eucalyptus trees. Means that it is there. If you don't cut the trees, means by 7 years it will die. So it's not a tropical forest, it is industrial. So the rest, the baseline of the forest is not up to 65%. So it has some, natural destruction before, like illegal mining, illegal cuttings, and extra. As a result, us in the authority has a series of programs to achieve the target 65%. The Ministry of Environmental, for example, they built the Mentawir Nursery. Mentawir Nursery, in which they nurture 15 million trees to be planted in Nusantara every year. Even further, President asked for 20 million plant trees. So the way that we conduct the project development based on the nature is a very significant and very in a very strong position. Even I published one of my theory, I thought it was last 5-6 years ago, on the need how technology and society maintaining and regenerating the nature. I call it as a nature 5.0. So we have industry 4.0, society 5.0, and I propose the concept of nature 5.0. You can check from the Scopus database. So the last one on how technology impact, help or assist the environmental regenerative process. We even use the utilization of digital technology. For example, installing moisturizer sensors in underground in order to detect the possibility of a fire spread underground before it goes up to upground. So within that, we believe that having this aligned with the nature and society and project development, industry technology is very important in the building the capital Nusantara. With that, I'm very sorry I have to go. All the best with the conference. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, I think there is one question maybe from the audience. I just saw, okay, please.
Check, check.
Thank you. Okay, please let me introduce myself. My name is Albert. I'm from Economic Faculty from Semarang University, USM. My question is going to Professor Akram. Actually, my question is quite the same with Professor Casey. I'm interested with your topic about the Industrial Revolution 4.0, especially linked with the ethics and technology. And the same with the question from Professor Casey that how ethics and technology influence the gap, as you mentioned in your questions, that whether it is decrease or increase the gap between developed and developing country. And also I'd like to know a little bit more about how the gap also affect the third world country, if possible. Okay, that's all my question. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Maybe you can answer it, Professor Akram.
Thank you very much. Another very important question. Actually, very simple answer. We need to redirect our research and innovation based on the human need. Most of the research and innovation done by developed country are not really based on the human need. So we need to redirect our research to fight against disease, for green computing, for fighting against COVID, for example, and other local problem about pollutions, about environment, about, for example, the finding a new job for our new generation. So we need to redirect our research. Many of the research done in other countries is based on military, based on advertisement to support, to generate more money for profitability. This is not the humanizing of artificial intelligence. We need to redirect our research based on the society need, based on humanity. This is what we want to do. For example, for green computing, for example, for clean energy, for clean environment. This is what we need to do. So hopefully we can help the society better than now.
Okay, thank you, Professor Akram. I think because of the time, I need to summarize your presentation, Professor Akram presentation and Professor Muhammad Ali presentation. As we know that we cannot avoid with the advance of technology. Artificial intelligence right now is involved in our daily life. So with the ethics, with the risks and the challenging for the society, we need to aware with it. So I hope this research share from Professor Akram and Professor Muhammad Ali give us an insight for our research. Big applause for both of them. Okay, thank you. I think this event I will deliver to the MC.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now here we come to the next event or next agenda. And the next agenda is tea break. Yeah, tea break. So you can take your tea break in the room next door. Meanwhile, when you take your tea break, we can listen several music from DIFO USM. Baik para hadirin sekalian, saatnya tiba untuk tea break yang bisa diambil di ruangan sebelah untuk para partisipan, para tamu, dan para presenter. Silakan menikmati tea break. Sembari kita akan dihibur oleh Divo USM